0 to 60 miles an hour, 30 to 70 miles an hour, sound system test with a proper decibel reader. Which car is more quiet on the motorway? Which car is more efficient on the motorway? We're going to do an MPG test. And of course, which car is more fun to drive? Let's start with the S3. Whilst we're driving around town then, let's talk stats. The Audi S3 has the infamous A35 inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. This iteration of the car is pre-OPF, so it's actually the most powerful version you could get before 2022. So we've got 310 horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. The Mercedes A35 has the M260 inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's got 306 horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque. The Mercedes weighs 1.56 tons and the Audi S3 weighs 1.46 tons, so 100 kilos lighter is the S3. How's that going to affect the 30 to 70 sprint? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's do it. .30 to 70 then, the Audi S3, just proving it's the faster car. It did 3.96 seconds, the fastest time we've had out of an Audi S3 ever on this channel. And to be fair, we also got the fastest time we've ever gotten out of an A35. We did 4.08 seconds in this car. Now I did do the run 5 times in each car and took the fastest run of each. And the Mercedes, yeah, 4.08 seconds. The previous time we did this, it did 4.45 seconds, so that is a very good improvement. But today, the Audi still reigns supreme. Sound system test then. The Audi S3 did 115.7 decibels with its B&O sound system. Now, you might think this is an unfair test because the Mercedes doesn't have the upgraded Burmester system, but it still did over 112 decibels. The one thing I will say though is that experiencing the Burmester system in the Mercedes, the upgraded system, when we had one of those cars, it still wasn't as good as the B&O system in the Audi. So the Audi wins the sound system test. Okay, actually driving both of these cars around town, the Audi, I'm going to say it, it feels less like a hatchback, more like a proper saloon car. This feels much closer to the Audi A4 in terms of space, comfort, sound deadening, and just general look and feel than the Mercedes A35 feels like a C-Class. The Mercedes A35 feels like just a regular hatchback. It really doesn't feel like a super premium product. Yes, it looks nice on the inside, but the quality is skin deep. The quality with the S3 is actually much deeper. You know, everything just feels a little bit nicer in here. Even the headlining has a little bit more kind of memory foam underneath it. In terms of parking both of these cars, again, the Audi does actually win out. So even though you get a nice reverse camera and parking sensors all around on the Mercedes, the Audi it's more of a square shape. It's easier to place this car on the road and easier to see where those corners are. The Mercedes is a bit more egg-shaped, whereas the Audi is just a little bit easier. Plenty of angle on the steering, even though it's 2 turns lock to lock, exactly the same as the Merc. And the door closing sound on the Audi sounds like this. And on the Mercedes, it sounds like this. Which one do you think sounds better quality? Coming out of junctions in both cars, just in comfort mode, plant my foot, Haldex, yeah, it's not like super smooth in this. Then the Mercedes coming out of a junction, again, just in comfort mode, just like the Audi. Just gonna plant my foot. It has this get up and go that the Audi doesn't quite have. Now then, in terms of fuel economy, the Audi claim this car will do 42 miles per gallon. So let's reset our trip computer now. Do a little bit more driving around town, driving on the motorway, a little bit of sporty driving, and then see what we end up with. We're going to do exactly the same thing in the Mercedes, same roads, same conditions, same exact mileage, and see what that does. Mercedes claim that car will only do 33 mpg on the combined cycle. Now that car is newer and WLTP tests did change, so I'm expecting them to be fairly similar, but let's see what the Audi does first, and then we're going to see what the Mercedes does. Right then, coming onto the motorway, both cars, again, just in comfort mode. I just want to see what the response of the gearbox is like, because you're not always going to be driving these things in sports mode. Wait for traffic to move around a bit, and then just plant your foot, Audi downshifts nice and fast and gives you very good overtaking capability, and of course gets up to 70 miles an hour very, very quickly indeed. Once on the motorway, visibility is good. We've got cruise control, not as standard. Don't get anything really as standard in the S3. Steering stays nice and straight, and it feels luxurious to drive. It's really nice and soft. We're on passive dampers in this car, and they're firm, but they're still compliant when you're up to speed. And that's what you want. You want a car that feels stiff and capable, but also gives you that comfortable long drive capability, and the Audi is just perfect for that. Now let's see what the Mercedes is like coming onto the motorway, and then we're going to do an MPG test and a sound test. Which car is quieter inside? Let's find out. Just going to put my foot down now. Okay, downshift was really fast, and it feels quick, but do you know what? I think the Audi just has the edge in terms of when it's up and going, it just feels a bit more aggressive. This feels more raw, but the Audi just has a bit more oomph behind it. But that response, yeah, that's good response. And the sound, it sounds like a proper hot hatch. The Audi is definitely lacking in terms of sound, I think. In fact, talking about sound, let's put them side by side now and see which one you think sounds better. Let me know in the comments which one you think sounds better. Once on the motorway then, comfort is, it's not as good as the Audi. The seat's not quite as comfortable. I'm in kind of the wrong position. Steering is good. I would say the steering feels better so far. Whether it's better on a B road, we'll find out later. But so far this feels like the zippier, fizzier car, but it's lacking a lot in terms of refinement. Talking about refinement, let's see what decibel figure this A35 does, and let's see what MPG figure it can do as well. Now, before we go into the results, I just want to talk about the characteristics of this EA888 engine and what makes it so special. The one area where this Audi S3's engine really trumps the Mercedes' engine is power band and just how wide it is. Torque in the Mercedes, you only get peak torque from 3,000 to 4,000 RPM, whereas in the Audi, peak torque comes in just under 2,000 RPM, and it stays at the same level until 5,400 RPM. That is why this feels like such a special engine, and it means on the motorway you don't have to downshift to get loads of power from this thing. Anyway, the results. The Audi S3 did 71.3 decibels, lovely and quiet, similar to the last time we tested this car, and 36.7 miles per gallon, driving at 70 pretty much the entire time. Same thing in the Mercedes. Okay, the Mercedes A35 on the motorway. How did we do? It's already talking to me. Go away. Unfortunately, it's only bad news. We did 32.1 miles per gallon, which is not as good as the Audi did. But where it gets really bad is in terms of the decibel level. Unfortunately, the A35 was quite substantially louder inside than the Audi was. We did 72.9 decibels compared to the Audi's 71.3. So over a decibel and a half louder. And you can really tell. Honestly, it's not so much the wind noise that's the problem, because that's not, you know, it's kind of similar to the Audi, but it is the road noise. Yeah, it's just not as comfortable and not as quiet. But now we come to the exciting part of the video. Which car is more fun to drive? Well, before we do that, let's do a 0 to 60. The A35 is claimed to do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and the Audi S3, they claim it'll do 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. But what's the reality? We're going to do it on the same slightly damp bit of road today and see what's what. 0 to 60 then on a very wet day. The Audi came out on top. We did a time of just 4.5 seconds exactly in the S3. Very impressive considering the conditions. Unfortunately, the Mercedes has a slightly more aggressive launch control, which meant we lost a bit of time with some wheel spin. As you can see, we did a time of just 4.9 seconds, so a little bit off its claim time, but I mean, it's soaking wet today. Right, S3 up first. How fun is this car to drive? Everything in dynamic. Car is absolutely rapid because obviously that torque comes in very quickly and stays with you. Damping is absolutely sublime for a British road. Don't get any pogoing effects whatsoever. 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, absolutely brilliant. Can't fault it one iota. And just look at this torque, right? So 2000 RPM, and I put my foot down. You can see on the boost gauge it comes in pretty much immediately. But can we hit 60 before the corner? Let's find out. Auto upshifts even in manual. Can't lock it in manual like you can in the Mercedes. Steering, not bad, but it could definitely be better. Bit of understeer from the tyres as well. It is a wet day, but it's just, there's still a bit of Audi DNA going on with it, unfortunately. Doesn't quite dig into the road like you think it should, but it still can go a little bit sideways. Let's hop into the Merc and see if it's any more fun. Can we hit 60 before the corner? Of course we can. Still a fast car, not quite as quick as the Audi, but still fast. A little bit of understeer there as well. Similar to the Audi. Every time I say the name of this car, it responds to me. Sound, it's a little bit pumped in, but there's a bit more fizzing and popping going on. There's definitely some pops. Yeah, they're definitely real, but sort of helped out a bit by the speakers. Right, chassis. Steering up first. It's better than the Audi. Definitely better. Shape of the wheel I like. It's a little bit quicker as well. But the actual pace of the car, does it feel slower? Not necessarily. Definitely louder though. Suspension in its stiffest setting, it controls the body a little bit more, keeps the car a little bit more flat, but it's just still, it's still only a warm hatch, still not a hot one per se. But I would say having the adaptive dampers definitely makes it a nicer car to drive. Having said that, you can get that in the Audi S3, and if you do get dynamic chassis control in that, which is otherwise known as mag ride, yeah, I mean, it's a tough one to beat, if I'm honest. It's definitely better than the system in this. This just feels, it just doesn't have the quality and the finesse that the Audi has. It's more exciting. Like, if I was 18 years old, I would probably pick this because I'd be like, oh, pops and bangs, noise, and just general technology in front of my face. But now I'm nearly 30. The Audi is just more mature. It's still nearly as fun to drive. And it's just, on the 90% of driving you're going to be doing in it, it's just a much, much better car. And that is why today it wins this test. But do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoy content like this. If you did, give us a like, and why not subscribe? As not only can you see more content like this, you can see everything we have for sale, which includes the Audi S3 and the Mercedes A35 AMG in this video. Links will be down in the description below. If they're not, the cars have sold. Sorry you missed them. But there will be a link to our generic website as well, where you can check out all the other cars that we have for sale. If you want to go and see another video, click over there. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click over here or somewhere on the screen. And yeah, my name has been Tom, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Cheers.